Why do people join gangs? And what does their choice of clothing say about survival, identity, and belonging? More importantly, how has the fashion that began on the streets shaped what we see on high-end runways today? Let's uncover the psychology of gang fashion and its surprising influence on the fashion world. Hi fashion lovers, welcome back to Psych of Fashion, where we uncover the truth about what we wear, why we wear it, and how it impacts us. Today, we're diving into a deeply fascinating and layered topic, the psychology of gang fashion. We're not just talking about the aesthetics of bold colors, oversized fits, or statement accessories. We're going to explore why some people join gangs, how their clothing choices reflect their psychological needs, and ultimately, how gang fashion has had an undeniable influence in the world of high fashion. And if this topic sparks your curiosity, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It really does help me grow this amazing community of fashion thinkers. Thank you. Okay, back to the video now. To understand gang fashion, we first need to understand what makes people join gangs in the first place. Research shows that the reasons are complex, rooted in survival, community, and sometimes even necessity. For many, joining a gang fills a void. It's about finding a sense of belonging in a world that may feel isolating or unsafe. Psychologists suggest that gangs often act as surrogate families, especially for individuals who come from environments of poverty, neglect, or violence. And here's where fashion comes into play. Clothing becomes a visible way to declare loyalty to this new family. And think of it as a uniform. It says, I belong here and this is who I am. According to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, after basic needs like food and safety are met, humans crave love and belonging. For some, gang membership and the fashion that comes with it offers that sense of connection and identity. So how does fashion fit into all of this? Because in gang culture, clothing is never just clothing. It's a statement of power, loyalty, and survival. Let's break this down further. First, there's symbolism. Gang members often wear specific colors or accessories that act as visual markers of their affiliation. A red bandana isn't just an accessory. It's a signal, a flag, and sometimes a warning. Then there's the idea of status. In communities where traditional pathways to success, like education or high-paying jobs, might be limited, fashion becomes a way to signal achievement. Expensive sneakers, luxury brand belts, or gold chains send a message. I've made it. And it's a way of reclaiming power in an environment that feels powerless. And finally, there's functionality. Oversized clothing, for example, isn't just a trend, it's practical. It allows for movement, conceals items, and creates an intimidating silhouette. But psychologically, it also serves as an armor. Baggy clothes creates a sense of emotional distance, protecting the wearer from feeling too vulnerable in a hostile world. Now here's where it gets really interesting. What starts on the streets doesn't stay on the streets. Over the years, high fashion has borrowed, or some may argue, appropriated elements of gang fashion. Those oversized silhouettes, bold logos, and even specific color schemes. They've all made their ways onto luxury runways. Take Virgil Abloh, the late genius behind Off-White and Louis Vuitton menswear. He openly credited street cultures as a major influence on his designs. Or Dapper Dan, the Harlem designer who redefined luxury by remixing high-end brands like Gucci and Fendi with bold, street-inspired aesthetics. And it's not just individual designers. Entire collections from brands like Balenciaga, Givenchy have all been inspired by the grit and rawness of street and gang culture. But here's a question for all of us. When high fashion brands borrow these styles, are they honoring the culture or are they exploiting it? Why does this style resonate so deeply, even outside the communities it originated? Psychologists might point to the rebel archetype. Carl Jung's idea of archetype suggests that we're all drawn to the image of the outsider or the rule breaker. Gang fashion, with its boldness and defiance, taps into that universal desire to challenge the status quo. In a way, wearing streetwear or its high fashion counterparts lets people feel a little closer to that rebellious spirit, even if they've never experienced the struggles behind it. At its core, gang fashion is about much more than just clothes. It's about survival, identity, and belonging in a world that often feels hostile. And while it's fascinating to see how the style has influenced high fashion, it's just as important to acknowledge where it came from and why. So what's your take on all of this? Do you think high fashion is celebrating street culture or exploiting it? Let's have that conversation in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If this video gave you new perspective on fashion psychology, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more thought-provoking content. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. This way you're always the first to know when a new episode drops. Thanks for watching, and remember, be smart, think intelligently, and wear your story with pride. Until next time, fashion lovers, stay stylish. Bye now.